Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. I'm Glenda Calkins, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Coming to you today with a fun one-sheet wonder technique. We are going to be making 8 cards out of one 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock. Now, you probably have been wondering where I have been at. I think it's been a month since I've posted a video. I had a little surgery done the June 1st, and some complications arose from that, so it has taken me a while to get back into my stamp room, but I am on the mend and hopefully will be doing at least one video a week, working myself up to what I was at before. So if you missed me, that's where I was at. Glad to be back. So let's get started on today's project. All right, so today we are going to have some fun with the artistically inked stamp set with the coordinating Expressions in Ink. I believe that's the name. Let me check. Expressions in Ink Designer Series paper. Now this is a specialty Designer Series paper because it has that beautiful gold foil going through it. And we are going to create a one-sheet wonder technique. What is a one-sheet wonder? It is where we are going to use this whole delicious, beautiful 12 by 12 piece of cardstock to create 8 cards. Now the cutting for today's 8 cards is super easy. I did not do a template. I didn't feel it was necessary because it is very easy to cut this up to create our cards. So we're going to be using the Artistic Inked stamp set for our sentiments and then a little inside stamp. We are going to be using the Hippo and Friends dies. You're probably thinking, why Hippo and Friends dies? I love the framelits in this die set. This is a bundle, Hippo and Friends. I don't think it's sold in a bundle anymore, but when it was, I bought it in the bundle because when you purchase bundles, you save 10%. Why I love this particular die set is because of all these fun framelits. You can use framelits for your sentiments, to create mats for your sentiments, or stamped images as well. So very cute. I could have used all the different sizes and variations on my cards, but today I went with this fun framelit right here to use my mats and my sentiments. So you can kind of see those gorgeous cards. Here are the 8 cards we're going to create today. We have this gorgeous one here in the vertical. I'm going to just move this so you can see a little bit better. So there it is in the vertical, the horizontal. We have another horizontal and then vertical, vertical, horizontal. And then the last but not least, these 2 vertical horizontal cards. So there's 8 cards. We're going to use that whole sheet of 12 by 12. Let's get started. So I'm just going to set these so I know which way I am going. We're going to start by cutting up this piece of cardstock. Now, we do have a special this month. There are a majority of our Designer Series papers that are 15% off for the paper packs. Unfortunately, the Expressions in Ink is not on that 15% off list, but it is available. It hadn't been available for a while, but it is back in stock, so you can order it, and you're going to love how these cards turn out. So quick and easy, and you can create a bunch in no time. We are going to cut it in strips first, starting at 3 3/4. So 3 3/4, we're going to cut into strips. 3 3/4 by 12. And it doesn't matter which direction I cut in. This print is beautiful no matter which direction it's going in. So there, save this. We're going to be using that. I have 3 strips that are 3 3/4 by 12. We're going to take strip number 1 and we're going to cut that at 5 inches. And then at 5 inches. And we're going to save this. So these are card number 1 and card number 2. I am going to create the card as we cut and go. I just think it would be easier for you to keep track of how the 12 by 12 was cut. So my card base for the 1 and 2 is our thick basic white, and then I have the delicious shaded spruce for our matte. Now these are 4 by 5 1/4. If I pick the right ones up, yes. So let's get started on that. We're going to fold our card base, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Fold those in half, and I've already cut and scored them. Just like that. We're going to take our adhesive and we are going to attach our designer series paper to those beautiful piece of shaded spruce. Now if you like, you could pop out the pink positively, or I think it's magenta, or the new pale papaya, whichever color suits your fancy. I just love that pop of that shaded spruce. But if you like pink, pop that pink. If you like the more of the yellow, go with that peachy papaya. So there we go. We're going to attach these to our card base. So far so good, super easy. You could create you're going to get 6 cards if you did each one the same size. You would only get 6 with a little bit left over to spare. So 1 vertical, 1 horizontal. Like I said, it really doesn't matter the direction that you go in. If you wanted to create them all the same like that, you could. I just like to change them up a bit. We're going to take the thanks, because I created all happy birthday. Now I'm going to do all thanks. You could do hello, best wishes, happy birthday, mix them up. Maybe you need some happy birthday, some thanks. You can choose whatever sentiment that you need. That looks a little crooked to me. I'm going to stamp on my grid paper, make sure that we're kind of straight. I'll do it like that. That does look straight. We're going to take our, okay, so I went with, the smaller size. So we're going to do the smaller size. Again, these framelits came from the Hippo and Friends die set. So I'm going to try not to get my head in here. Stamp my thanks. Love that green. This is one of my favorite greens. Okay, we're going to mat those onto a couple of our shaded spruce mats here. Now you could pop them up, or I'm going to stick them down flat. That way it doesn't require any additional postage, and they are still gorgeous. If you want, because if you want to pull out that gorgeous gold foiling, go ahead and add maybe some gold gems, whatever you would like. You could come in with pink, you could come in with any color that you would like. But those are card number 1 and card number 2. Love that. Okay, next strip. We're going to come in. Again, it's 3 3/4. We're going to cut 3 3/4 by 5. The same as we did the first time. 3 3/4 by 5. Save this little strip. Now we're going to take these and we're going to cut them at 2 1/2. And we're going to do that to both of these prints. So 2 1/2. Just like that. Now we're going to come in with our shaded spruce. Our card base again is the basic white. Going to fold those. Now this time the shaded spruce is cut just a bit differently. It is 5 1/4 by 4. Oh, it is the same. Did I? Yep, that is the same. All right, I'm thinking of the next card. Okay, then you're going to take your cut strips and you're going to place those back on, and I like to place them so they're match. So let me find the matching way, just like this. And you're going to have that little strip of green down the center. So go ahead, and I'm going to use my liquid glue because I might have to move them just a hair to get them in place. So I'm going to come over a little bit closer to the side edge. Come in with my liquid glue here. And let's see if I can move this just a hair. All right, set that aside. You're going to do the same with this one. Okay. I like the liquid glue when I need to kind of even out pieces that do not come together. That way I can kind of move them so it looks like I got even placement all the way around. Give those a chance there to set while I do the sentiments. So it looks like, again, with the small, and I'm going to come in with the thanks again. Like I said, you could make these two a happy birthday if you didn't want to do the thanks, or best wishes. Oops. All right, I pressed a little hard. Lighter touch. Much better. All right. Assemble those. And the reason why I didn't flip it over and stamp the other side is because it's kind of, you can't see it probably on camera, but it does have a little cut ridge all the way around, and the back side would not have that cut ridge. It's just a little intricate ridge from the framelit die. All right, so those are ready to go. We're ready to assemble them on the card. You can decide which one that you would like horizontal, which one you'd like vertical. That looks great like that. Maybe like this. And then go ahead and attach them to your card base. Make sure I'm going in the right direction here. Put that on there. Take my sentiment. Again, you could pop it up if you wish. You could place it anywhere you like. I just went down that center, just like that. Also, if you want to put those gorgeous gold gilded gems or the gold metallic, this one's going to go this way. Feel free to bling them up. And then this one is going to go across like so. So there's card number 3 and 4. Love it. Now bring in our last strip, and then we'll have to do something with all our leftover pieces. So this last strip, it's 3 3/4. We're gonna go by 5 again. 3 3/4 by 5. And then you're going to save that little strip there. Now we are going to cut these. I want to make sure that I am cutting them correctly. 1 1/4. So we are going to cut these on the 3 3/4 inch side at 1 1/4, and we're going to end up with 3 strips that are 1 1/4 by 5 by 5. Yes, 1 1/4 by 5. And we're going to do that to both pieces. And this one is the one that has the green is cut just a little bit different. It is 4 1/8 by 5 1/4. So 4 1/8 by 5 1/4. We're going to have one going that way, one going this way. And then you're just going to want to match up those pieces again, like so. Make sure, probably be easier to match it this way. Let's see, that looks like that's a match. So that's a match. Now I can turn it. Now we're going to glue those down in place. So I'm going to take my liquid glue again. And we are going to I'm going to start with the 2 outside edges. And get them in place. And then I'll come in with the center. You need a little bit of glue there. And then we'll come up the center with this one. Set that aside. Do the same to this one. Just like that. Make sure I'm keeping my print going the right way. I have been known to put them on upside down, but that's okay. But like I said, this print is very forgiving. You can easily put that print in any direction that you like. And I know you can do this with like the hand penned designer series paper. This would be awesome with that paper as well. And that paper is on the 15% off list. So now is the time to get those designer series paper at 15% off. If you need the list of supplies that I'm using today, scroll under the video where it says show more. You'll see the list of supplies. You'll see the link to the blog post. Okay, now I'm going to come in with the bigger die cut pieces here, and we're going to do the thanks. And we are going to stamp those just like that. We're going to come in and attach those. To our mats. You are going to be surprised how quick you can create 8 cards in no time. All right, so with these, we still have the white base, so we're going to go ahead and fold those in half. Get my bone folder here, give it a crease. Same with this one. Crease. And now let's go ahead and attach all our pieces together. Now, which one do I want? Horizontal. I think I'm going to do that one horizontal. This one vertical. Now, our green is just a shade smaller than our white, so we want to make sure that we center that. So you got both white showing on both sides. Again, you can put this wherever you like. I like to put it a little bit closer to the top, like so. And this one we're going to put again, you're going to have a little bit of that white show on top and bottom. And then take your sentiment and we're going to place that right across the center, just like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. This is, let's see, 2. How many do we got here? This is 3 and 4. Or is that 5 and 6? Let's see. We got these, and we got these. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we're going on to 7, 8. Lose track. I got so many going on here. Okay, 7 and 8. These are our leftovers, right? So we got 3 pieces that are 2 inches by 3 3/4, and then we have this lovely strip of 3/4 of an inch by 12. So we're going to take that, and we're going to cut this at 3 3/4. So 3 3/4, 3 3/4, 3 3/4. This is the only piece out of that whole 12 by 12 that we're not going to use. Make it confetti and throw it in my card, and then we've used it on everything. So now for this one, we're going to switch it up a bit. We're going to have 2 pieces of white, and these are 4 by 5 1/4. On one of these, we are going to go horizontally, or this is vertical. No, horizontally, I'm right. Whew. And then we're going to take one of the little strips. And none of these prints match up, but you really wouldn't know that because they are just gorgeous. And this one, we're going to put a strip at the bottom, one of the littler ones. Then we're going to put our 2 inch wide piece in there, and then we're going to have our strip at the top. Just gorgeous. We're going to stamp right on our cardstock on that one, and this one we're going to attach a sentiment. So let's assemble these. I'm going to use my liquid glue again to assemble all our little strips. Oops. So you're just going to center that. So your last 2 cards are vertical and horizontal, but they are not identical. They're both a little bit different. I want to turn that. Put the and you're going to just leave a little gap in between all those prints. And then we have our print at the top. Like so. I'm going to leave that set while I attach these. Whoops. This print is so gorgeous, and I think maybe it's because of the gold foiling in it. I love the pinks, the greens together. It is just gorgeous. Okay, and then our strip down the middle. Like so. Love it. So now we're going to stamp our sentiments, which I'm doing mine in all thanks. So these are actually going to be thank you cards to those who placed orders with me this month. So I appreciate any and all orders. Love it. And you might just be one of the lucky ones that get this gorgeous card, or one of these cards. Then you can see how beautiful they are in person. Just stunning. Okay, so all I need now is my card base, which is the shaded spruce. So let me go ahead, fold those, and we're going to get assembling here. So we're going to take our adhesive, and this is going to go right like that. This one is going to be the horizontal. I just love these prints. So pretty. This whole pack. Well, really, all of our paper packs. The prints are just gorgeous. And I'm out of adhesive. Look at that. Couldn't have planned that any better. We'll finish it off with some liquid glue. And then we are done with our cards. So I'm going to just attach that just like that. Love it. That's our 8. Now for the inside, especially with the green, you're going to want a piece of white because this is horizontal. We're going to go that way. I'm going to take the stamp set. There is a flower in here. And a block. And I'm going to pull out that Positively Pink, I think. Or Polished Pink. I don't know why I keep saying Positivity. Whatever. It's polished. It's easier to say. Ooh. And then my green. And give me a leaf here. Let's see. I have, but then I got a mat, and I don't want to create a mat right now, so maybe I can just do a green. I think I'm going to have to do a mat. All right, so what I want is a sticky note. And I'm going to stamp that flower on that sticky note. Now, I'm sure it has a die cut that coordinates because I do have the dies, but they're not out on my table. So we're just going to go with hand cutting this out. Grab my scissors. And we're going to cut around. Doesn't have to be so precise. Just like that. Okay, we're going to place that on there. Do I want the little leaf or do I want the bigger leaves? We'll try the big ones. You can see I haven't even assembled my stamp set yet. I haven't put the labels on. Let's see. So we're going to put that on the inside of our green ones. We have 2 green cards. Where did my, oh, my adhesive is gone, that's right. So I'm going to just take my liquid glue and I will glue that to the inside. So on the 2 green ones, you're going to want to put the white on the inside. On the white cards, you can just go ahead and just stamp that lovely flower on the inside. Beautiful. Do that again with our polished pink. Maybe we'll go with the leaves at the top. Oh, and then I put my finger in it. Isn't that lovely? Flip that over. And I got it on that side. Okay. So anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to have to cut another piece. I'll use this non-spots for another card. But that is your one sheet wonder for today using the Expressions of Ink Designer Series paper. Love the Designer Series papers. So let me show you the 8 cards again that we created today. So these last 2 are our thanks with the little pieces that were left over. Make sure I'm getting the right ones. Then we came in with our trio of stripes. Then we had our half stripes. Let's see here. Our vertical, horizontal, and our final thanks cards. So there they all are. Gorgeous, gorgeous, each and every one. Love that. So I've got a whole set in thanks, and I have a whole set in happy birthday. So I am good. And this was all from just 2 sheets of that 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. So that is it for today. If you like what you've seen, make sure that you like, share, and follow me. If you are new on my YouTube channel, make sure you click on that bell in the upper right-hand corner so that you know when I go live. If you need any of the supplies, click on Show More under the video and you will find the list of supplies that I use. Just click on any of them and you can order right from my website or my store. If you want to go to the blog post where I have this posted on my blog, just click on that direct link to the blog post under Show More and you will find everything you need there. Remember, there's a 15% off Designer Series paper sale going on. The Expressions in Ink is not in that sale, but it is available to order. It was on back order for a while. It is available now once again. So that is it for today. Thanks for stopping by.